Tuesday before payday, and you are doing the math in your banking app again. Scroll, wince, close the app. Open it again, like the number might change if you catch it off guard. Here's the strange part. You got the raise, the one you rehearsed asking for in the shower, the one you celebrated with a nice dinner and one small treat that turned into 3. So why are you counting the days until the next deposit, exactly like you did 2 jobs and $20,000 ago? You have started using words about yourself that you would never let a friend use. Bad with money. Ungrateful. People would kill for this salary, and you still feel broke. Maybe you have even done the guilty midnight spreadsheet, the one you start with total resolve, abandon by 12:30, and never open again. I need you to hear this before anything else. This is not a math problem, and it is not a character flaw. It is a loop. Your spending has a thermostat, and every raise quietly resets it a few degrees higher. In the next few minutes, I will show you why your brain does this to you, the 6 ways a raise disappears without your permission, what this loop is actually costing you, and the one system that catches your next raise before the loop can. First, put the shame down. You are not doing this because you are frivolous. You are doing it because your brain runs on comparison, not amounts. Psychologists call the first mechanism hedonic adaptation. Anything good that happens to you, including money, delivers a burst of happiness that fades as the new thing becomes normal. One long-running German study tracked thousands of people for years and found that about 65% of the happiness boost from an income increase fades within 4 years. The raise keeps paying you. It just stops feeling like anything. The second mechanism is your reference point. Once your spending settles at a new level, that level becomes your normal, and your brain defends normal-like territory. Cutting back does not register as a smart choice. It registers as a loss. And research on loss aversion keeps finding the same thing. Losses hurt roughly twice as much as gains feel good. Here is how deep this goes. In a famous study from 1978, researchers found that lottery winners took measurably less pleasure in ordinary things than people who never won. Breakfast. A funny joke. A compliment. The jackpot had moved their reference point so high that regular life paled next to it. You are not broken. Your baseline moved. Now, let us find where your raise actually went. Sign number 1, the upgrade cascade. Sociologists tell a story about an 18th century philosopher named Diderot. He was given a gorgeous scarlet dressing gown, then his desk looked shabby next to it, then the chair, then the rugs. He replaced almost everything he owned to match one gift and wrote an essay about being broke because of a bathrobe. That is the cascade. One upgrade quietly changes the standard that everything near it is judged by. The new apartment demands the new couch. The new couch demands the new rug. One purchase becomes a season of purchases. And the exhausting part is that the wish list never actually empties. It refills itself every time you level up one item. Sign number 2, the now I can afford it tier jump. Same groceries, same skincare, same weekend plans, premium version of each. Your brain files the raise under extra money, so spending it on upgrades feels free. And the celebration purchases from raise week never got demoted back to special occasion status. They just became the standing order. No single tier jump hurts. 40 of them eat the entire raise, and there is nothing to point to afterward. Just a life that costs more and feels the same. Sign number 3, money leaving $12 at a time. When one survey asked people to guess their monthly subscription spending, the average guess was $86. When they itemized everything, the real average was $219, 2.5 times the guess. Most people in that survey said recurring charges are easy to forget, and 4 in 10 admitted paying for something they had already stopped using. This is where the convenience creep lives too. The delivery apps, the premium tiers, the little services that arrived during a stressful month and never left. None of it feels like spending. All of it is spending. And the tax it charges is dread, that low hum of fear, every time you think about actually reading your statement. Sign number 4. The step up that locks the door. The nicer apartment. The newer car. In raise week, the numbers sound absorbable. It is only $300 more a month, but fixed costs do not flex when your life does. A subscription can be canceled in a bad month. A lease cannot. This is the sign with teeth because it converts your raise into obligations. Your new salary quietly becomes the minimum you can survive on. And that is the moment the job stops being a choice and starts being a cage you decorated yourself. The exhaustion tax here is the quiet one. You stop imagining the bold move, the career risk, the 6-month breather, because the payments have already spent your courage for you. Sign number 5. The upgraded audience, earning more upgrades, something nobody warns you about, who you compare yourself to. New job title, new circles, new brunch spots, new baseline for what everyone around you seems to afford. Comparison is not a personality flaw, it is wiring. One Canadian study found that when someone won the lottery, their neighbors started borrowing more and buying more visible things, like cars and home upgrades, and bankruptcy filings on those streets actually rose in the following years. Nobody went broke buying furniture. They went broke buying things the winner could see. And one survey of young adults found nearly half had gone into debt. Keeping up with friends, 80% of them kept that debt secret. That is the real cost of this sign, not just the money. The hiding, sign number 6. The margin that never arrives. You make more money than you ever have, and the dread has not moved. In one large survey from 2024, 36% of Americans earning more than $200,000 a year said they were living paycheck to paycheck. And in surveys like that one, the share barely drops as incomes climb toward $250,000. Read that again. The problem income was supposed to fix survives every raise, because spending scales in lockstep while the invisible things, the emergency fund, the investments, the exhale, never get funded. More money did arrive, it just never became margin. Here is the part that stings, so I will say it gently. You wanted the raise so that money would stop being the thing you think about at 2 a.m. Then the raise got spent, proving it had arrived. And money is still the thing you think about at 2 a.m. The stakes are just higher now. Feeling richer and becoming richer are rival goals. Every dollar assigned to feeling richer today is a dollar that cannot make next month lighter. The upgrades were supposed to be evidence that you were finally okay. And instead, they became the reason you are not. And the research adds one more quiet twist. That same German study found the glow of more income fades within a few years. The payments you signed up for during the glow do not fade with it. The feeling leaves, the bill stays. You upgraded everything except the one thing you were actually chasing. You do not fix this by becoming a more disciplined person. You fix it by never letting the raise touch your reference point in the first place. 2 economists, Thaler and Benartzi, built a program around exactly this idea. It was called Save More Tomorrow, and it asked workers to commit a slice of their future, raises to savings before the money ever arrived. In the first company that tried it, the people who joined went from saving 3.5% of their pay to 13.6% in 40 months, nearly quadruple. Now, the people who joined chose to join, so it is not a perfect experiment. But the trick underneath it is beautiful. Because the transfer started the same week as the raise, their take-home pay never visibly dropped. No visible drop, no feeling of loss. Nothing for the brain to defend. You can run the personal version with 3 rules. Rule 1, the raise week split. The day a raise is confirmed, Before the first new paycheck lands, set up an automatic transfer for half of the new amount into savings or investments, dated right after payday. Half goes to the life upgrade, half goes to margin. And if half feels impossible, pick your own number. Just pick it before the money arrives, because after it arrives, the thermostat votes first. Deciding early means the choice gets made by the version of you who wanted margin, not the version who just got paid. Rule 2. The 30-day quarantine. Any new recurring cost, a subscription, a service, a payment plan, waits 1 month from the day you want it, one calendar reminder. If you still want it in 30 days, it was real. Most of the time, the craving expires before the reminder does. Rule 3. Total cost translation. Your brain cannot hear $12 a month, so say the yearly number out loud. That is $144 a year. The nicer apartment at $300 more a month is $3,600 a year. Monthly framing is how the loop whispers. Yearly framing is how you turn the lights on. Adaptation will still happen, and some upgrades should happen. You earn the raise, but with these rules, your baseline rises slower than your income, and the gap between them becomes the first real margin you have had in years. And that margin is what feeling richer actually feels like. A month that does not need to be survived. So, diagnosis time, which one ate your last raise? The upgrade cascade, the tier jumps, the $12 leaks, the step up, or the upgraded audience? Tell me in the comments, and tell me the first thing you would unupgrade if nobody was watching. And if someone you love just got their big promotion and already sounds stressed about money, send them this video before the cascade starts. It will land softer coming from you. You were never bad with money. Your thermostat was set without your permission. Now you know where the dial is. I will see you in the next one.